I was born in Australia, but I was raised in San Diego. My dad played Division I tennis. He played at DePaul and University of Hawaii because my dad also became like a tennis pro. So I'd see him come back home late, it'd be Christmas Day and he'd come and open presents and he'd just go straight to the courts to teach. My mom, she played in Australia. When we moved, I pretty much stopped playing baseball and basketball. I joined Oregon ODP. That ended up giving me the connections I needed to play with this Outdoors Academy. Philadelphia Union had an application, started off as an internship, and it's just worked into what it is now.
Who inspired you? Was there someone in the game that you just always looked up to?
I was always attracted to players who had flair. Whenever I watched Ronaldinho, Dennis Bergkamp, for me, you can have flair, but it's also, can you connect that with intelligence? I mean, anybody can do an Anthony spin, but where does that get you? What Ronaldinho and Bergkamp used to do and how creative and imaginative they were, how they used to connect that to production. That was, for me, the greatest thing in the world. Those guys would inspire me. And then also, I used to watch a lot of futsal videos like Edward Van Gils, Izzy Hitman. I used to always try those things in training. As I got older, it was more when I started to realize what type of player I was, and I learned I could really not just be a good dribbler, but a good passer. That's when I started to watch Andrea Pirlo, Iniesta, Xavi. I mean, I had so many good coaches. Darren Sawatsky, he's with Richmond Kickers now. Every time I spoke with him, he would always give me a nugget of advice that made me want to be as great as I could.
So it's a tale of two different things. You got to create the space to get in behind. Once you do, then they'll drop off. Now you got to break down a little block.